Okay, so it looks like I've got a few people watching already. So welcome everyone. This is all a little bit ramshackle at the moment. It's been a while since I've done a live stream, so really this is. I'm just going to turn the volume down on this because I'm hearing myself talk. Yeah, I'm just going to do a little kind of a little session of drawing, just for anyone who's kind of looking on in. Yeah, it's just me just doing a bit of sketching. I'm just going to go through my sketchbook. Oh, welcome, Andre. Good to see you there. Good to see that I'm not alone. So yeah, so I want to aim on doing this a bit more regularly, doing some live streams, and it's a way for, like, you know, any sort of students, but also anyone, you know, anyone who's subscribed to my channel, and yeah, just or anyone just wants to take a bit of interest, looking at my well, taking a little delve into my imagination and what I get up to in my sketchbook. And I thought I'd do a bit of live sketching as well. So we'll see where this goes. I'm planning on this being roughly around about an hour. Just so I've got an idea, is the volume coming through okay? And this, Andre, if you can hear this, can you hear me okay? If you just want to sort of say just yes or give a 1 in the chat, that'd be helpful, because I can't really tell from my end. So if you're hearing this, well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do anyway. I'm just going to sort of yammer on anyway, regardless, and see where we go. Okay. So it looks like I'm getting some volume is kind of coming through, so I think it's all right. Yep. Cheers, Andre. It's much appreciated. So yeah, I've got this very like makeshift rostrum sort of set up in my little office here, in my little studio, and I'm hoping to maybe get something a little bit more sort of secure, sort of set up. But anyway, without further ado, let's get going. So before I do any drawing, I just wanted to kind of just take this opportunity just to sort of show you what I get up to in my sketchbook. Now this is like an A4 size sketchbook. I do have some smaller ones as well. I did do a video on that. I think it was probably about a year ago. This probably shows how long it's been since I've got into doing live streams. But generally speaking, when I get into doing sketching, I'll look at, like, I'll get some inspiration off things like Pinterest, but a lot of the time actually, I'm just working from imagination. I'll just be just sketching things out, looking at how things lay, and I quite like doing landscapes. So you can see here, I kind of tend to do these kind of little floating islands. You'll see a lot of these through the course of the sketchbook. Lots of kind of floating islands, things like that. In case you're wondering what I use as well, I tend to use these like watercolor pens, which you will see shortly. And I tend to kind of have inks, rotary ink. Have I got any rotary ink at hand? Let me just have a quick look. Yeah, there we go. So I tend to use rotary ink here, just standard drawing ink. And what I'll do is I'll use it at varying degrees. I'll water it down so I can use like some mid-tones and some lighter tones. But that's generally what I use. It's quite nice to work with, and also you can kind of smudge it as well with your thumb. But yeah, so there's no real rhyme or reason. These are just various kind of things that come to mind. It's generally kind of like sci-fi, fantasy inspired stuff. We've got this little kind of like, you know, robot alien character here, character's face, and just little scenes really. And yeah, not really. There's little sort of stories in here. We've got this kind of character, this kind of sci-fi character riding a moose somewhere in this kind of environment. And then we've got these kind of like RV type vehicles. Quite like this one is here. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, I think we can see it there. What I tended to use on this, now again, let's see if I can just find it. What I do as well is I'll use a little bottle, a little squeezy bottle like that, and it's like a little atomizer. You can get them for a few quid, a few pounds, or a few euros, wherever you are online. And you can use it a little bit like watercolor, so you can spray on it. We may even try a little bit with that as well. and you can paint into it that way. It's very good for doing things like backgrounds, like if you want to do kind of like washed out backgrounds and then make things like very defined there as well. But yeah, it just tends to sort of vary really. They're all kind of variations on a theme, floating kind of islands. Sometimes it'll give inspiration for other things, like this inspired a piece I did in 3D Coat. Where are we? I think it was around about Christmas time, and this idea of this kind of almost like runic kind of ruins, these stones, things like that. And you got some character studies here, and other things as well. But generally speaking, they all pretty much speak for themselves. Really, there's no real. There's a bit of a method, but it's not. It tends to be a bit more like freeform. And what else we got here? We've got this like giant, I don't know, maybe alien character or cyborg character, and we've got this character here that's kind of like stood there. I like these kind of epic scenes, you know. And sometimes I'll do cartoony type scenes as well, with characters here. And then this one I did as a little kind of comic scene. So again, we've got this kind of warrior character stood here. We've got these kind of pillars, but they're kind of like floating rocks that are kind of going on, and then we kind of cut from that scene to he's got this kind of strange kind of goggles on, and he's got a little kind of almost like a little kind of tablet, and he's looking at some coordinates, and then you see it through his eyes there, and then he's on this kind of little rocket speeder bike thing, kind of shooting along the landscape, and then that's it, whatever. So I quite like stuff like that. I used to do a lot of comics. Once upon a time I used to draw a lot of comics, and then kind of fell out of it. And we've got this kind of little private detective type character, and again, this was just, I'm into aliens and stuff like that, so I tend to kind of read up a lot about all these different aliens that kind of like apparently, you know, that kind of exist and things like that. So I had this kind of private detective kind of like, you know, anyway, just like, again, it was like an idea for a kind of comic or concept piece, whatever. And then we got this strange character. I started drawing this, again, another little floating island, with the character stood there, and there's kind of water just running off onto the floor, and then decided to kind of do this character who's got like sort of similar looking hair, this kind of calcified rock kind of like head type thing, whatever. I don't know. It's all just, you know, imagination just sort of spilling over. And then we've got another kind of alien warrior character here. Then we've got this kind of, I don't know, it's kind of like a game platform idea of this kind of, I think it might have been when I was playing Doom. I was just having these ideas of all ruins and these kind of platforms that you can kind of go through, these kind of modular type of assets that you can create. Got this young lad, sort of space explorer character here. And then some other bits and bobs. Did some little car designs. We've got this Tron inspired kind of bike going on here with this character, and again, very kind of like Sid Mead inspired, you know, the kind of two people kind of talking in this kind of hovercraft type vehicle. And what else have we got going on here? Again, pretty much variations of a theme, really. But I just thought I'd just take this opportunity again, just to sort of test out the live streaming, but also just show you stuff that's a bit more analog. Kind of tend to do a lot of digital stuff, and I just thought I'd take an opportunity just to show you some bits and bobs, and then maybe I'll do a bit of drawing. So again, you've seen things like ships in a bottle. I decided to kind of do a landscape in a bottle. Now I might indeed do a model of this. I kind of maybe do something in Maya, maybe then model it in either ZBrush or in 3D Coat, paint it out, and then put the entire thing into a kind of bottle. I did this around about Christmas time, but I quite like the idea of that. And maybe doing a series of things, you know, you got like a landscape in a bottle, you know, and you got all the kind of, you got the lake kind of pouring out onto a table. And then we've got some other things here. We've got this kind of little wizard character and some dragon type characters floating. Again, I don't know why, don't ask me why, I just like the idea of like floating land, floating little islands and people living on them. So And what else we get? I think we're getting sort of closer to now to, because I tend to walk back. I don't know about you. I tend to work backwards. I don't work from the front. I kind of work from the back. I'm a bit weird that way. So I'll kind of go from the back and then sketch that way until until you kind of get to the front. So don't ask me why. That's just the way I do it. And yeah, I quite like this. I did this actually as a little Christmas, oh no, sorry, birthday card for a family member, and recreate it. But I quite like this Celtic character with this kind of axe. Again, stood on an island, little floating island. And what else we got going on here? Yeah, so just again, small variation really, but quite like this little dude with a giant blade, strapped on his back. And this kind of weird zombie-like looking alien creature, and some other bits and bobs, and I think that's pretty much it really. And then we get into maybe we could even start on this page. We'll see. So I'm going to do a bit of sketching. This is going straight onto YouTube's server, so it'll all be saved, and I'll probably put this out as a little video. It'll probably go out automatically anyway, but I'll save it as a little video, and I'll put a little thumbnail on there anyway. But yeah, so let's get going. So I don't really have a plan. I've got some idea of what I'm going to do, and I'll probably start by doing some little kind of landscapey thing. But that's it really. Just I'm going to talk intermittently, but yeah, just feel free to just to kind of stick some music on, stick it on, and just yeah, chill out. So away we go. So I'm going to do a little landscape for now. Hey, Christone, sorry, I'm just seeing your message. I've not done a live stream for a long time, and not that I did many anyway. But I was just, you can. This has been recorded, so you can look at the stream afterwards. But I was just going through my sketchbook and just kind of going through my process because as well as all the digital stuff, I do lots of ink work, going through all this stuff, and yeah, I just love doodling. And so really, it's just really testing the stream out because I've not streamed for a while anyway. And I thought, you know what? It's a bit spontaneous. I might just try and give everyone a bit more of a heads up next time. But basically, just get into perhaps doing I don't know, maybe even on every Sunday, when I've got like I've got all the kind of work out the way, just do a little kind of hour-long little stream of just drawing, maybe, or maybe even modeling. I don't know, but anyway, that's what I'm doing. So a bit of sketching, and yeah, maybe try and make it a bit more of a regular thing. We'll see, but yeah, I'll try and give you a bit of a heads up next time. Anyway, how are you keeping, Christone? Are you keeping well amidst all the craziness that's going on at the moment? Good. I'm glad you're still happy. You've got to be happy. You've got to be happy, Christone. It's you can't let. Well, I'll be polite. You can't let the powers that be get you down. It's really important to kind of stay positive, upbeat, and try and live your life as much as you can in the midst of all this stuff, because that's what life's all about. And we'll get through it eventually. It'll all eventually come to an end. But yeah, gotta stay positive. No, and they won't. I won't repeat what you're saying in case YouTube stops this stream. But yes, my friend, we are on the same page. We're of the same mind. Absolutely. Yep. Yeah, you just got to maintain, yeah, maintain your. I think you should maintain yourself. I think as much as anything else, I think you've got to take care of yourself, take care of family as well. Make sure everyone else is all right, and any neighbours that you have, make sure they're okay, and pull together. We've all got to stick together, because if we don't stick together, we'll all fall apart, won't we? So. In the meantime, just create. That's what I do anyway. Create, do stuff, go for walks. Walks are good as well. Nice. I'm lucky where I am. I get I'm quite near countryside, so I get to go on really nice walks with my dogs. Watercolor paints. Do I ever use them? I used to a lot, not anymore. This is ink, so I was saying at the beginning of this video, I tend to use rotary ink and I kind of water it down. Once upon a time, I used to use my preferred weapon of choice. We're going back a few years now. Let's turn this music down a little bit. Is watercolor pencils. I used to love watercolor pencils, and that used to be my thing. That was really, we're going back into the midst of time now, probably maybe possibly before you were born. I used to use those a lot, and then I got into using acrylics. I used to do big paintings. I used to occasionally sell paintings when I was living in London, and So yeah, so paint, oil paintings. I used to love doing. I still do. I've not done it any recently, but I used to do a lot of oil paints as well. Big oil paintings. The fumes can get you down a little bit as well. So I took to using water-based watercolors, which are fantastic. I don't think I've got any at hand at the moment. I do have a box. I do have some somewhere. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll do some. Do something like that in the not too distant future. But yeah, daily bike rides. Yeah, I don't know where you are, Christelle, but in the UK, it's the weather's not fun. And I do have a road bike, and I love taking that out up onto the tops. I've got nice kind of country lanes, and I like to go cycling, but I'm a bit of a wuss. I don't like getting cold, so a couple of my nephews, they go cycling, and they've got all the proper gear and little snood things that you wear and things like that. I should really do it because I do love cycling, but now I tend to be like fair weather. So when the weather's nice, that's when I tend to kind of go out. Oh, so you're in Michigan. So isn't that now? Are you in northern hemisphere or southern? So I don't know Michigan. Whether you get do you get north? Is it? Yeah, my geography is never my strong point. Exactly. Yeah, I love the winter. I mean, I do love the winter, and I love I love that like where I am at the moment. So I'm in the north of England. It's been snowing and it's lovely, so you can go out. It's all very crisp and all that. But yeah, and I love going for walks. It's really lovely. I've got like a nice kind of stew on the go. So I've had this nice stew. I've got like a slow cooker, and it's something really lovely about going out and then coming back to the nice smells of dinner being cooked. So there's something to be said about winter, and it's got its own charm. I lived in Thailand. I lived and worked in Thailand for about a year, some years ago, and of course it's lovely, but it's warm. It's really really hot. I don't know if you've ever been to the excuse me. If you've ever been to the Far East, but yeah, wow, Singapore, Malaysia, all those areas, super warm, and it's all right for a while. After that, man, I need seasons. I need seasons. Oh, Scotland. Yeah, Scotland. I used to do a lot of Buddhist retreats, believe it or not, and up in Scotland, because I'd never been to Scotland before. And up in Scotland, there's lots of retreat centres up there. And I used to go to this place called Balquhidder, which was near where Robert the Bruce was buried, his grave. And it's lovely, it's remote, and you've literally got this lock. I remember going swimming in this lock. Oh man, just like height of summer, and it was ice cold, but it was beautiful. You got to be careful though with locks, because if you go slightly beneath the surface, the cold can get you, and you can drown. So it's a bit bad. But loads of woodland, and it ran about the time of the summer solstice. It's light until about 11, 12 at night. It's crazy. So you can end up just wandering around, but beautiful Scotland. Oh, if I had a choice, I would move up there. Oh yeah, so I'm just catching up on your chat here. So so it's pretty temperate. Okay. Yeah, spiders. I'm not too bad with spiders. I'm all right with spiders. Well, I lived with some Aussies when I was living in London, and they talk about redbacks over in Australia. Now, I'll never forget this. So if you ever go to Australia, you should always check your shoes. Apparently, you should always check your shoes when before you get into them, because redbacks apparently like to live in shoes, and if you're not careful, you end up getting stung. And apparently that's pretty serious. Redbacks. I'm not sure if the people have to have like antidotes, or those things for anaphylactic shocks, whatever they are. Regarding that's the thing about Thailand as well. It's the mozzies just getting bit all the time, and it's not fun. And you're always getting bit, and you have to sleep in a net. And and if you want to stay cool, you've got to have the aircon on all the time, and that's like, it's just a lot of hassle, you know. But I mean, it's beautiful. I loved living over there and working over there. That was brilliant. But yeah, the Mozzies, man. Oh man, it's they're a bit of a pain, but yeah. But I love living where I live, and I do like you. I do love the cold. Uh, I love the seasons. I love the you know the four seasons, and that's all great. But yeah, I'm a bit like this. Is how I kind of find the UK. It's a bit like Goldilocks, right? You know, the porridge is not too salty, not too sweet. It's just right. So, as you might have gathered, I'm doing like a sort of little centaur character here. Again, I do use some reference sometimes, so it's good. You know, I always say this to students. You know, use reference, things like that. But I'm just sketching this as well. I'm sort of obviously I'm doing this as a live stream, but yeah, it's always good to get some reference. But you know what? Sometimes it's good just to let go. You know, use the Force from Star Wars. Just use the Force. Let go of trying to control, and you never know. You know what you can achieve, because sometimes you know more than you realize. Yeah, sometimes you just don't know how these things are going to turn out until you do them. And obviously, I'm not usually not used to having like a let's say audience. There's three of you, very kindly looking in, and maybe one of those is me. I don't know. I've got like three viewers, but yeah, if we can make this a bit more regular, what I might do is just try and give everyone a bit more of a heads up, because I suspect um, a lot of students would like to kind of just see stuff like this, but I think it's giving you guys a bit more of a heads up of before I actually get round and do something like this. Because surprise, surprise, people have got their own lives, you know, waiting on me. So you know, and you might have other plans. So anyway, let's see how we get on with this. Exactly. At least I've got a viewer. I've got you, Christone. There we are. There we are. But yeah, I've put like a link with my students as well. So we may indeed. I'm not sure if Andre's still here. Andre is one of my students, but um, I'll yeah try and give him a bit of a heads up. I think I might leave it until maybe like on a Sunday, and try and pick a time that's a bit more conducive, and give everyone a bit more of a heads up. Oh, you're too kind. You're too kind, Christone. Christone. Yeah. Yes. But yes, I am underrated. Damn it. No, you know, it's fine. I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy just doing this. You know, you know, I've been involved in that world. I've been involved in the entertainment world. You know, when I worked on movies, and you know, it's um, it's nice to kind of get a bit of recognition. But I'm not entirely fussed. I'm just happy teaching. Really, that's what I do. So, but a lot of this as well, though, is um, particularly like art and stuff, whatever, is consistency, and also its presence. You got to get yourself really that's you got to really market yourself. I don't know, because I think you do modeling, and you do like modeling and concept stuff, don't you, Christone? And you know, if anyone kind of wanted to kind of make it or get, you know, whether it's on ArtStation, whatever, you have to really, you know, things like Instagram as well. You have to really be plugging yourself and what you do, and because I'm kind of running a degree course as well, it's just very, very difficult to kind of give it that level of attention. But yeah, so we'll see how we get on with this. So I'll see how we get on with this. I'm going to going to. How long have we been running for so far? Time wise, feels like about half hour, 40 minutes, something like that. We'll carry on for a little while longer. And then we'll wrap it up. But anyway, it's nice to have a little chat online, and nice to have a bit of a ramble. And yeah, I'll try and give a bit more of a warning. I think it was mainly just really just to get just test out the streaming, because as I mentioned, I've not. I think I had one of my an old mate of mine, Shane. I think he popped his head. I think he might have disappeared. He's got a great channel online called Game. Forgive me, Shane. I'm just gonna have a look at my computer now. I think it's called Game Dev Academy. Let me just check. Let's have a look. I'm just looking on my computer at the moment. Game Dev Academy. There we go. I'm going to put this in the link. I used to work with Shane. Brilliant bloke, and an absolute genius with Maya and a whole bunch of other stuff. I'm going to, and also Shane was very instrumental in getting me a lot of subscribers, which I'll be eternally grateful for, of course. I'll post that in the link anyway for anyone who's watching this. Oh, that's how you found the channel. There you go then. There we go. Yeah, there's Shane's. Yeah, he did dip in earlier, but that's when I was like messing around, and yeah. Right. All right. Let's see how we get on. All right. I'll probably aim to kind of maybe get this little centaur character done, and then I don't know. Might do like a little character study, and then we'll probably wrap it up. And I'll go off and grab a bite to eat. Okay, I'm not sure. I think I might. Maybe I'll do another character there. We'll see. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Put another character in here. All right, we're going for about 55 minutes. All right, well, I might just do this character, and then we'll wrap it up. But yeah, let's see how we get on. Yeah, good chatting to you too, Christone. And yeah, I'll try and give you a bit more of a heads up next time so you can tune in. But yeah, I'll probably aim for something like next Sunday. So take care and stay cheerful, Christone. And yeah, don't let them get you down. We'll get through this together. Take it easy. Cheers. Take it easy. I'll be wrapping up soon anyway. Just putting a few more finishing touches to this, and then we shall sign off. Okay, so I think I am going to sort of wrap it up now. Hopefully, anyone looking back on this anyway will find it interesting. So just to recap, I've not done a string for a long while, so I just thought I'd just get the ball rolling. I'll probably do something like on a Sunday. I think Sunday's a good time. It's a bit more relaxed, and might just be sketching in my sketchbook, going through some stuff and talking about my process. I might even do something digital, but essentially in this session, we're just really going through my sketchbook, just showing you how I sketch, the things that I kind of play around with, and also, you know, I can get ideas for things like modeling and things like that from doing sketches. So it's so that was it really. Hopefully you've enjoyed it if you've been watching it, or if you're watching this back a little bit later. I hope you found it useful. But apart from that, that's it. So thanks for the few people that tuned in. Thanks to Christo, thanks to Andre, and anyone else who I've perhaps missed. And I shall no doubt see you all in the next one. So I've got some more videos coming up in the next week anyway, some pre-recorded ones, so look out for those. And if anyone's managed to make it through the entire thing, of course, be sure to like, comment and subscribe on the channel. Other than that, that's me. Thanks for watching, and I shall catch you all in the next stream. So thanks for tuning in. Bye for now.